Report me to HR. Okay, I work at support at a mid-sized company with this guy Kevin, who's been there 6 years. Last month, I spent 3 days fixing a network issue for the accounting department. The day after I fixed it, Kevin walked into our manager's office and claimed he'd stayed late solving it. An hour later, our manager sent an email thanking Kevin for his dedication. Kevin walked past my desk and didn't even look at me. 2 weeks ago, we got assigned a joint project updating security protocols. Kevin showed up to 1 meeting out of 4 and did maybe 10% of the work. I documented everything because I knew what was coming. When we presented to our boss and the IT director, Kevin ran the whole meeting talking about my approach and my solution. After the meeting, I pulled him aside in the hallway. That wasn't cool. I did most of that work and you know it. He stopped and smiled. What are you gonna do about it? Report me to HR? He said it like I was threatening to tell a teacher. I've been here 6 years. You've been here what, a year and a half? HR's not gonna care, but go ahead if it makes you feel better. I went back to my desk, furious. The smugness bothered me more than the credit stealing. I knew complaining about credit probably wouldn't go anywhere, but I wanted it on record. I sent HR an email that afternoon explaining both incidents, attached my project documentation, and used the phrase hostile work environment because that's HR language they have to take seriously. 2 days later, Janet from HR called me in. She's been there forever and has seen everything. She had me walk through the situation again, took notes on specific dates and examples. Then she asked, "Has Kevin ever asked you to cover for him or misrepresent his work status?" I thought about it. Yeah, a few times he's messaged me asking if the manager asks, to say he's working from home when he wasn't actually working. She wrote that down. Did you cover for him? Once. After that, I ignored those messages. She asked if I'd noticed anything else unusual. I mentioned he shows up late, takes long lunches, and constantly talks about expensive stuff. Last week, he showed everyone pictures from a Vegas trip. The week before, he was talking about $300 concert tickets. Janet stopped writing when I mentioned the expensive purchases. He talks about things like that frequently? Pretty much every week. I figured maybe he's got family money or something. She nodded and wrote something else down. We'll be looking into this. The next week, Kevin was in HR meetings for hours across 3 different days. He looked stressed every time I saw him, which I'd never seen before. He stopped making eye contact with me completely. Thursday afternoon, Kevin's manager walked over to his desk with an empty box and started packing up his stuff. Kevin wasn't there and never came back. I found out later from someone in accounting that when HR investigated my complaint, they pulled Kevin's timesheets and expense reports as standard procedure. He'd been falsifying both for over a year. He claimed he worked from home on days he didn't work at all and submitted expense reports for client dinners that never happened. Small amounts each time, but over a year it added up to around $15,000. That explained the Vegas trips and expensive concerts. He was stealing from the company. HR was planning to give him a formal warning about the credit stealing, but the fraud was immediate termination and they were considering legal action. He would have kept getting away with it if he hadn't told me to report him. HR never pulls records that closely for routine audits. They only looked because they were investigating a specific complaint.